Hey guys, what's going on? This is ATR from Knife Standards. Today I'm going to be doing a quick comparison video. I'm going to be comparing my three models, my three knife designs. This has been the #1 most requested video. The last month or two, I've gotten a ton of messages asking for this video to see the size. I think it's mostly for size, but to see the size comparison, to see a little rundown on all three of my models side by side. So we're going to go ahead and get into that in just a second. I have all three of my designs on the table. I have the RR Standard, I have the RR Station, and I have the RR3. So I'm really excited to get into that. But first, please follow me at Knife Standards. You can follow me on Instagram. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for a lot more knife content and weekly knife reviews. And of course, you can check out all three of my designs at knifestandards.com. The RR Standards are sold out. The RR Stations are in stock and ready to ship. And the RR3s are up for pre-order. There's 4 more days left on the pre-order. July 1st, the pre-orders close. And the goal is to get the RR3s shipped out in August. So the shipping window will be August, so not too much longer of a wait. So definitely check those out. Let's get into it. All right, let's move this aside. Let's go ahead and start with, get this over here. Let's go ahead and start with my first design. This is the RR Standard. Again, these are sold out. This is my personal RR Standard. This was Cerakoted by Pockets X on Instagram. He's the Cerakote wizard. He's a very, very talented guy, friend of mine. He does amazing work, so definitely check him out. So I had this Cerakoted, and you can see it's sporting my mill. It's also Cerakoted on the clip, my milled titanium clip. Let's go ahead and check out the blade. Boom. So I would consider this a almost large size knife. It's getting up there. It's at the top end of medium, in my opinion. You have a hollow ground, compound ground Magnacut blade. These are hand ground. This was the first Magnacut knife, Magnacut design that was done overseas. So now there are a bunch, which is great to see. I like to see that as a knife enthusiast. As a fellow knife nut, I want to see as much of that as possible. But when Magnacut first kind of hit the market, this was the first Magnacut done. And of course, this is Bestech is the OEM. Action is snappy, detent is strong, super smooth and broken in. Really, really nice. All right, so that is the RR Standard. Now let's go ahead and bust out the RR Station. This is my second design. This is actually from the second production run of the RR Station. Boom. And before I go any further, if you don't already know my story and Knife Standards, and kind of my, like my origin story, all of my designs are dedicated to my dad. You can read a little bit of my bio and of my company's bio on knifestandards.com. There's a little about me. But all of my knives are dedicated to my dad and RR. If you're wondering why everything is RR, the RR Standard, the RR Station, the RR3. RR, that's his initials. So it's dedicated to him. His initials are on the knives. ATR right there. Those are my initials. So this is a design that I showed my dad. Of course, it didn't look quite like this. It was pretty rough, just kind of a simple drawing, and I worked really hard on it to bring it into reality, into this. And then, I'll go ahead and leave that right there. And then, of course, the second design, this is also dedicated to my dad, and this is to honor him and one of his favorite hobbies, which was collecting toy and model trains. He loved trains, had a big collection of model trains. So you can see the silhouette of a train right there. It's hollow ground Vanax, incredibly thin hollow grind, like crazy thin. Belt satin, you have a bead blasted Fuller. Action, again, crazy smooth. You can flick it. This I would consider a large knife, but you can see how it compares to the RR Standard. Boom. And then finally, my third design, and that is why it is called the RR3, if you were wondering. The RR3 is my latest and third design. This is my smallest design. This is also an inset liner lock, a little nested liner lock action going on. And you can see that this is not only my smallest design, but it's also my first design with a full flat ground blade. There are 3 variations of this. So again, incredibly smooth. Bestech crushed this. This is a prototype, and there are 3 variations. There is the stone milled, which is what you were looking at. If you already have a stone milled RR Standard, that would be an awesome pairing. And then there are 2 other variations with carbon fiber inlays. And of course, on the stone milled version, you get the special stone milled titanium clip. So this will only be available on the stone milled version. Super smooth. Let's go ahead and by the way, it's also my first, I was gonna say first front flipper, but no, actually you can front flip the station. It's just not my favorite deployment method, because I'm not really a huge front flipper guy. I prefer the flick, and really number one for me is the studs. But anyway, so my second front flipper, but this is meant to be a front flipper. When I designed the RR Station, it was kind of an extra added bonus that you could front flip it. This is meant to be a front flipper. That's how I designed it. Super easy, snappy, smooth. So let's go ahead and check these out. So there you go. Size comparison. Boom. Go ahead and get this like that maybe. And let's measure them. All right, blade. So overall blade length on the RR Standard, 3.5 inches, just a little over 3 on the cutting edge, or maybe about, just about 3 on the cutting edge, let's say. And then 8 inches overall. The RR3, my smallest design yet, 3 inches, boom, on the cutting edge, and about 3.25 on the total blade length. You have a little, you know, if you have a tiny finger choil or a sharpening choil there. And overall 7.5. And then the RR Station, we're looking at, let's see, almost 3.9 inch blade, and we're looking at about 3.5 of cutting edge, about 8.75 total blade length. So a couple cool things to keep in mind. I think one of the coolest things is the clip situation. The milled titanium clips fit all of my models. So this is the same clip. I could use a T8 Torx. I can take it off of here. I can reverse it. I can put it on the RR Standard. If I wanted to put it on the the RR3, I could put it back on the RR Station. I personally love wire clips. So a lot of the time that I'm carrying my own design, I use a wire clip. So you can put a wire clip into the same slots. You can replace it with the milled clip depending on your mood. I also have a ton of different options for milled clips. I have Damascus on the website now, which is 3 layers of titanium. Looks amazing. It's kind of that purple, yellow, blue kind of swirled together. So yeah, so the RR Standard does not have the reversible slots, but my latest 2 designs do. And so yeah, you can get, for me, I like personalizing my stuff and customizing my stuff. So, you know, depending on my mood, I'll put a Zircuti clip or a Damascus clip on, the milled clip, then I'll switch it for a wire clip one day. So you have a lot of flexibility. But again, you can see the size of this. Let's go ahead and I'll show you in my hand. Really comfortable, a little bit of jimping up top. Very reasonable for EDC, everyday carry. The station, of course, it's going to be bigger if you have big hands or you want that, you know, 3.5 to 3.9 inches of Vanax Super Clean. By the way, the RR3, I forgot to mention, this is also Vanax Super Clean, which is a blade steel that does not rust. So that is very useful. I am in California, so, you know, if I go to the beach or if I get the blade wet or what, you know, you don't have to worry about the rust on the blade. Yes, there are parts in the knife that could rust. Not a big deal. I haven't had any issues on my personal carries, or if you live somewhere where it's swampier or, you know, sweatier, more humid. If you live in the South, Vanax is a great option. Go ahead and show you the grip on that. And then here. So they all fit my hand really well. It's kind of just depends on your mood. So there we go. The RR3, the RR Standard, and the RR Station. Really proud of all three of these, and I'm so glad to be able to have something to honor my dad with, and that's really my goal with Knife Standards. So thank you guys so much for watching. A little bit longer of a video, but you know, if you're into it, you're into it. If not, you can fast forward. I'll catch you guys later.